There was a young woman named Mira who always kept an empty chair at her dining table. Friends who visited her often asked why she never moved it, but she always smiled and said, "It's a reminder." Years ago, Mira lived a very busy life. She worked long hours, skipped meals, and rarely made time for the people she cared about. Her grandmother, who lived nearby, would call her almost every evening. She would say, "Come over for dinner. I made your favorite." But Mira always replied, "Not today, Grandma. I'm too busy. Maybe tomorrow." Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. And slowly, the calls became less frequent. One day, Myra received a message from her grandmother. "I made your favorite soup. I'll keep a chair ready for you." Mira smiled at the message, but didn't reply. She told herself she would visit on the weekend, but the weekend never came. A few days later, Mira got a call from the hospital. Her grandmother had fallen ill, and the doctors said she didn't have much time left. Mira rushed to the hospital, her heart heavy with guilt. When she entered the room, her grandmother smiled weakly and whispered, "I kept your chair ready." Myra held her hand and cried, realizing how many moments she had missed. Her grandmother passed away that night, and Myra felt a deep emptiness she couldn't describe. After the funeral, Myra went to her grandmother's house. On the dining table, there was a single bowl of soup and an empty chair pulled out, waiting for her. She sat down and cried quietly, wishing she had said yes just once. From that day on, Mira kept an empty chair at her own table. Not as a symbol of sadness, but as a reminder. A reminder to make time for the people who matter. A reminder that moments with loved ones are precious. A reminder that life moves fast, and we often don't realize what we're losing until it's gone. Years passed, and Mira changed. She visited her parents more often. She called her friends instead of texting. She took breaks, slowed down, and appreciated the small things. Whenever someone asked about the empty chair, she would tell them the story. And every time she told it, she felt a little more grateful for the lesson she had learned. One evening, Myra invited a young neighbor for dinner. The girl noticed the empty chair and asked why it was there. Mira smiled gently and said, "It's for someone I didn't make time for. And it reminds me to never make that mistake again." The girl nodded, thinking about her own family. Later that night, she went home and hugged her mother tightly, surprising her. Mira watched from her window and smiled. Sometimes the lessons we learn don't just change us. They change the people around us too. And the empty chair remained, not as a symbol of loss, but as a quiet reminder to love while we still can.